In this block, we are doing the welted rib stitch. This project can be done on any 1/2" gauge knitting loom with at least 50 pegs. I am using the Caron 1-pound yarn in espresso. It is a worsted weight number 4 yarn with 812 yards. The pattern comes rowed out in 2 different ways. I have it rowed out individual row for row, and then you have your chart here on the back, which you will work your row 1 through 7, row 8 and 9, you just keep repeating over and over. That's why they're in yellow and this area is highlighted. That way you know you just repeat these 2 rows. Before we get started, we'll go ahead and mark the loom to help us follow the pattern. I'm marking the pegs that are in the yellow up here. If it has a purple dot, I will correct that for the final version of the PDF. So basically, peg 1, peg 5, 8, 9, 12, 13, 16, 17, 20, 21, 24, 25, 28, 29, 32, 33, 36, 37, 41, 42, peg 43, and ending on peg 47. The yarn we are using is a Caron 1-pound in espresso. I lost the tag for it, but there it is. The Caron 1-pound in espresso. And we are doing a chain cast on. So you take your tail, create a slip knot, take your working yarn behind the first peg, pull it through that loop you just created and tighten that up. Take that tail, put it back there. This new loop you created behind peg 2, both strands, working yarn through and tighten up, new loop behind the next peg. Working yarn is coming from peg 47. That's where our arrow is, so we are working back to peg 1. If it is an empty square, that is a knit stitch. If the square has a dot in it, that is a purl stitch. These 2 highlighted rows right here, this is your repeat. It'll be repeated 43 times, but your first 7 rows and your last 7 rows are going to be garter stitch. That's what it's called when you have knit 1 row, purl 1 row, and your border, your first 5 and your last 5 of each row are also going to go along with that garter stitch to give you that border all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do your knit stitch and your purl stitch. But this is row 1, so it should be knit all the way back to peg 1. Working yarn's coming from peg 47. We are not going to rewrap that peg. It just creates a loop at the end, and if my edges are smooth like this, it's easier to match them up with the edges of another square when it comes time to attach them. So for my knit stitch, I am using a U-stitch is what it's called, but it's a knit stitch. Working yarn across the front and around the back in a U shape. I'll show you a couple more. In a U shape. And see, this one can work pretty fast. And you work that all the way to your last peg, and then row 2 you will be coming from peg 1 working in this direction, and it'll all be purl stitches except for your last peg. The last peg of every row is always knit. The first peg of every row is always skipped. That's just to give that nice edging. But to do your purl stitch, working yarn below the stitch on the peg. Grab your loom tool down through the top of the stitch and pull that working yarn up. You've created a new stitch, old one off, new one on. I'll show you a couple more times. Working yarn below, pull it up, old stitch off, new stitch on. Working yarn below, pull it up, old stitch off, new stitch on. Go ahead and work your rows up. I really like marking these off as I go to keep track of where I'm at. I found that to work really good for me. I'm not even using like a little button row counter. It's such a simple way, but I like having it in my hands and being able to write on my paper and all that. Go ahead and get your first 99 rows done, and then I will show you how to do your super stretchy bind off. We are ready to bind off. Wrap your working yarn 2.5 to 3 times around the loom. We are doing a super stretchy bind off. Now to set it up for the super stretchy, working yarn's coming from peg 1. I'm going to bring it up through the stitch on peg 2 and go back 1, down through the stitch on peg 1. Working yarn still coming from peg 1. The super stretchy bind off is 2 steps. I call it skip one up, back one down. We're going to skip one peg and use our loom tool to pull the working yarn up through the stitch on the peg. So that's skip one up, back one down. We're going to take the working yarn back one peg and pull it down through the stitch on the peg. Working yarn's coming from peg 2 now. We're going to skip one up, skip peg 3, up through the stitch on peg 4, and back one down. Alright, you want to stretch it, even out the stitches, and of course take and hand wash it and just let it lay flat to dry, and that will help everything. Like the front edge and this edge here, you can see how they kind of want to curl up. They'll want to do that to an extent, but you can, it's called blocking it. You get it wet, you lay it flat, and you can pin it down, you shape it how you want it, and just let it dry like that. Oh, I like this texture. Nice. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. You can email me directly, thehypnotichysteria@gmail.com. Again, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, turn on notifications. You know, the whole 9. You guys have a wonderful day.